think I'm live. I think. We're off and running. We are off and running. Okay. Now, I have no idea how to change the title of this stream. That's the first thing that I want to do. Bear with. We're nearly there. Here we go. Okay, I think I'm live now. I apologize if you hear clicking, if you hear typing. That's the sort of thing. If that's a problem, I will try and sort out. But today is simply a trial. So the goal of this is to document the next year at least as proof of concept behind what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, and also just for the fun of it as well, because I think for myself and for any future students, shout out to you lot if you're watching this in the future. I just think it'll be a cool thing. Over the last year, I've gone from not having any idea what I'm doing to I think now having some idea about what I'm doing, and I've actually made some pretty good profits in these last 6 weeks. So screen sharing, you should be able to see TradingView, but I don't actually execute trades through TradingView. I execute trades through TD365, which is here. So when it actually comes to me making a trade, I will try to switch it over, but I've got multiple screens. But I think sharing all those at once will just look a complete mess. So we're just going to do TradingView because that's where I do all my chart annotations. Okay, so let's have a look at the market where we are. So we've got a 15-minute and a 1-minute chart on the screen right now. We'll have a quick look at the daily. So I've done all my pre-market prep and everything. That's all done. Market's about to open in 2 minutes. So volatility has been pretty poor these last few days. I haven't traded since Monday, which is a good thing really, because it doesn't look like it's been that exciting. We are in an interesting place though now. So we're currently sat just above yesterday's high, which is also what seems like a major high from a couple of weeks ago before the market really shat the bed. So it's going to be interesting to see off the open if we can hold this. If we don't hold these key levels, then there's quite a lot of what I would say is noise down below here. Yesterday, this is not really somewhere we want to be, and there's a lot of noise. So it would be lovely to see the market move up today, because there's just so much empty space up here, which is a problem in itself because it's hard to set profit targets. It's hard to really know where the market's going. But I'd rather that than the market just be trading sideways through yesterday's range. But we will see. We're currently right at the top of the overnight range, which is this blue box right at the top. One of my trading rules currently is I do not trade until at least 8:30 if we are still within the overnight range. So depending on what happens here off the open, we may have a little while to wait. Here is my performance over the last 6 weeks or so. I've got a graph somewhere. Here it is. So the blue line is my actual performance. Y-axis is essentially my profit divided by 100. So I'm about £2,500 up on what was a £6,000 account, so about 41%. Although now I'm trading a £14,000 account, so I've been more than double. Trading size is going up, as you can see here, 14,000 in the top right hand corner. So we'll be risking a maximum of £160 a trade, which is going to be somewhere between 6 to 8 contracts, depending on our stop loss. And I'll show you the actual platform through which I execute trades is here. So this is TD365 with Tom Hugard's software installed over the top of it via an extension on Chrome. All of this stuff up top, this is all this stuff is not part of TD365. So I would not be able to execute trades through this screen if it wasn't for Tom. He's given this away for free. So it's pretty incredible. But that will make more sense when I actually start trading. So market's open, and we've unsurprisingly sold straight off to test yesterday's high. It's the 1 minute chart which I look at for actually entering trades, but the 15 minute on the left, I sometimes also use a 5 minute. Just gives me a little bit more context. But really everything that happens now in these first few minutes is just noise. People do trade the open, but for me it's a whole load of volatility without any real direction. Somewhere between 10 and 30 minutes in, we start to really see some clear direction. The only way I'm going to get involved here early on is if we can break above this high, but actually break above, test and hold, and then we could be in for an early trade. We are coming straight up here. This is an interesting start. This is a very interesting open, and I want to be ready. In the past, I may have jumped into a trade up here as soon as it broke out, but often they'll end up being fake outs, meaning the market breaks but then instantly pulls back in. And I'm going to try not to do that today. So the market's really trying. Wow, boom, there we go. So an explosion up. So this is a very interesting start to the morning. 24,000 up here. This could be a key level, just a psychological level for the market. You know what? We could be in for an early trade today. If we can come down here, hold it and show strength, then I am in. Okay, we're coming down. It's hard to know where to put a stop loss this morning. That's another problem with trading early. There's not really been any consolidation under which to place a stop loss. But this is now the highest the market has been trading for a good couple of weeks, since the first half of November. So I really want to be patient here. My risk management rules say that if I take a full loss on my first trade, then that's it. I've got to stop, because I'm not allowed to lose more than that on any given day. So I really don't want to be jumping into a trade too early, get stopped out before the day's even started, and then just have to end it there. So here we go. We're coming down to test this opening high, which was also the overnight high. If we move up here strong and close strong, I would be long, and I'd place a stop loss underneath here. So let's see. There are buyers coming in. So what I really want to see is this current 1 minute candle close, nice and strong. Don't want to be in yet, not just yet. This 5 minute candle here has closed nice and green. Okay. Yeah, we want to be in if we can just pull back. If we can pull back a little bit. Okay. See, this is why we don't want to be in just yet. Yeah. So this is why it's tricky. Trying to trade early. If that happened a little bit later in the session, that would be far more interesting. Okay, so now we're coming down to test the top of the overnight range and where we opened. So this could actually be a better entry if we can hold it. If we can hold it. It's not looking great. Okay. Well, the next level to test is yesterday's high. There's not a lot to do at the moment. There is not a lot to do. Some buyers have come in here. We'll see if it's sustained. Okay. Okay. Now, if you look at the 5-minute chart here, what I'm worried about is the market getting stuck in a range. You know, this could be a time to buy, but it's really unclear. It's really unclear. Also, if I were to buy here, my stop loss would have to be massive. My stop loss would have to be all the way down here. So what I'd like to see is some sort of pullback and then follow through, or the market pushes higher here and then retests this high here, because then I've got a much smaller stop loss. Okay, off we go. So another new high. See, this is the thing. If I'd have bought here, I'd have been stopped out just for the market to then go. And this is why it's hard trading early on, because you don't know where the consolidation areas are. Turned out this was the area that it needed to test, not this area here. Okay, so this is our breakout. So now we want the retest. If we get retest and then follow through, we are long, and we're long with confidence. And then at that point, it's just a case of letting our research, which gives us positive expectancy, hopefully make us a little bit of money. So once again, we've made new highs, and sellers are immediately coming in and trying to push it down. I'm not super excited about the way the market's behaving this morning. Doesn't feel super decisive at all. Oh man, okay. If we look at a 15-minute, which is about to close, you'll see big wicks on either side, which is just it's a sign of indecision, which you expect when we're within the overnight range. But really, when we're trading above the overnight range at the highest that we've been trading now for weeks, you want to see some aggression, some sort of confidence in the direction market, but it doesn't really feel like there's any confidence here at all. And every time the market makes a new high and then sells off, it makes it harder, because the market then has to make another new high and another new high. What I've just drawn there is called anchored VWAP, which is the volume weighted average price. So it's a moving average weighted by volume, which is how many orders there are at various price levels, and it's a good indicator of general direction and pressure in the market. So if the market, as you can see here, it's trying to hold. If it can hold and push up, this could be a good time to go long. It's interesting. There's definitely been a reaction here. So I only ever trade long when we're above VWAP. I only ever trade short if we're below VWAP, because if we're above, it's a sign of strength. If we're below, it's a sign of weakness. Okay, the market's trying again. It's trying again. I wonder if this is going to be go time now, actually. We'll see. We need to wait for the close of this candle. If we close above the high, I am in. Okay, I'm long. I'm long. And I'm gonna change screens. Here we go. So we'll see, this is a pretty classic trade. So if it works, then great. If it doesn't, then we put it down to, that's just how statistics work. As soon as if we were to move to a new high, I would immediately put stop loss to break even, because this is not the sort of day where I want to overstay my welcome. It's a bit of a, okay, come on. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Oh, man. Oh, dear. Come on. So this is where I could just exit the trade, as it's not immediately going in my direction. And this is something that I'm trying to work on deciding, because I could close now for nothing. But this is the sort of thing I'm going to evaluate afterwards. I'm not far enough into my trading journey to have any conclusive thing to say about that. I need more trades. And the thing is, I've not had many losing trades in these last few weeks, so I honestly can't really say. If I should close the trade now for a tiny loss, or if I should hold it. I'm just going to hold it today. I thought it was worth me putting it out there that in the future I may well close it here, given that it hasn't immediately gone where I want it to go. But that's fine, to be honest. Like, we are early. We're babies. We're baby traders. We are baby traders. So I could also move my stop loss up now here, which again, may be something I end up doing, but I simply need more data to tell me whether or not to do that, because currently my system just doesn't account for when this happens. My system accounts for, okay, if it blows us out, we take a stop, we take a loss, that's fine. If we move in profit, we move stop loss to break even, that's fine. I have nothing to account for when the market is just sitting in and around break even, which is obviously a flaw. But without the data, I can't do bugger all about it. So I could move stop loss up now. I could. I'm not, because my rules currently say stop loss to break even at 1R. Now I'm risking 17.5 points, so I don't want to move stop loss to break even till I'm around 17.5 in profit. Which is, again, might be the wrong thing, but that's currently the thing that I'm doing. Okay, we're at a new high. This is good. Come on. Right, stop loss is now at break even because we've made a new high. I would like to let this baby run, but I will likely take half profit very soon. Okay, I'm going to take half out because that is a huge profit and we're near that key level of 24,000. The rest of this is going to run. So unless our trend, we're just going to hold this trade until the trend is no longer intact. Wow, this is nice. This is a nice start. So that's £102, £102 banked. Here you can see we've hit 24,000 here, and the sellers are coming in. 100%, you could just take full profit, and it wouldn't be a terrible thing to do. But my rules state, and I'll show you the slides later on. Actually, I can show you the slides now. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Where are we? Account management. Take minimum half profits at initial target. So that initial target was 24,000. We took half. And again, we might get stopped out for nothing, but the amount of times I've taken profit too early more often this year than I've taken profit too late. So I've missed out on more profits than I've saved, I guess. Ooh, we are hovering. Come on, baby, push. If I was a betting man, which I suppose I am, being a trader, I would say this is going to stop me out for nothing. Ah, damn it. Damn it. The thing is, I think it is going to go higher. If not now, I think it's going to go higher today. It's just a case of it might move down 50 points. And I don't want to risk £400 for the sake of it maybe goes higher later on. See, I could take another half here, given that we're at this prior high, but I think that would be like £40. I mean, what's the point? We're much better off just holding it just in case. This is the candle. This is a key candle now. If we can close on a higher high, then I'm very confident. Otherwise, sellers could come in here, and then we could be going quite a long way down. Oh, fun morning though. At least something's happened today. At least this hasn't been a complete dead start. Oh, come on, buyers. Come on. You can just see in the way the candle's behaving, you can see this is a key moment here. There's a real battle going on. There's a real battle going on. Come on. Come on. If we make a double top, if we come up here, I might take another half out. Okay, I'm taking another half out. So I've now taken profit in 3/4 of the position. So I started with 8 contracts. I've now got 2 left. You can see here the number 2. How much is that banked? So that's another £42.80 banked. So that's now a profit of £144.80, which is going to need to get a calculator out to work out what I risked. So 17.5 times 8. So we've made just above what we risked. And essentially, that's great. If I make any trade where I make the amount I risked or more, is a good result. So I would now expect the market to move higher, given that there was a battle down here that was won by the buyers. Now, I don't know who the hell's up here. If there's some big whale up here that's going to put a massive sell order in, then that idea is just going to get flushed. But more often than not, I'd say 7 out of 10 times, the market would move higher from here. And we'll see where we are today. Oh man, okay. I've got a bit of a problem here. I'm struggling to change screens. I'm trying to show you what's happening on my actual. Here we go. This isn't wanting to do it. Oh man. I'm sure I'll get better at this over time. And that is not happy, is it? Jesus Christ. Well, I'm glad I took another half out. I'm glad I took another half out. Certainly feels sensible. This is a pretty shit market this morning, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Any sort of profit this morning is a good profit. Okay, and there we go. So that's probably going to be that. And there was obviously some real big either profit taking or sell orders up here at 24,000, which is, not unsurprising, but that's why I've taken profit in 3/4 of my position. Okay. So that is, yep, we're out. Okay, there we go. So the final 2 contracts stopped out for break even. So now let's see. Again, I'm gonna have to try and switch over. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. We're there. Okay, and now buyers have stepped in again. Wow. I mean, that happens sometimes. I mean, you can't get pissed off. This is the thing with scalping. It's about making money. It's not about being right and perfect. It's just about making money. So what you'll see here is the market came down right above VWAP. So we had some clear selling going on up here, and then we had some buying going on down here. Now, if you look at where the market opened, there's a real clear channel developing. Now, trading channels is not the strong point. is not the strong point of my system. What I really want is sort of, I want sideways consolidation and then explosions. That's what I want. Or I want a range where it's going up, down, and we trade the range. Channels are difficult because channels require quite big stop losses. So if I were to buy, let's say at 24,000, my stop loss would need to be below VWAP, which would be at 965, and that's a 35-point stop. A 35-point stop, meaning for it to be a good trade, I'd have to make 35 points. Which is quite a lot of points. It's quite a lot. And you'll see at the bottom here, we've got this little red line and then something called an ATR. That's average true range, meaning the sort of average movement in price per time frame that's on your chart. So we're on a 1-minute chart. So at the moment, each candle is approximately, on average, around 11 points. To make a trade today, I would not be looking to make much more than 2 times the average true range. So we're at 11 today. So if we're making 22 points, that's a great trade. So I don't want to enter a trade where I need to make 35 points to make money, because that to me is a low probability trade. Or it might be a good trade, but I might have to hold it for 2 hours, and that isn't the type of trading that I'm currently getting into. So how many points did we actually make? I want to say we made about 25 points, which is, pretty much exactly that 2 times ATR. Where are we? So we opened at 23,966. We closed at 23,990. So we made 23 points. So almost exactly 2 times the ATR. Now, I actually wasn't aware of that while I was actually in the trade. I wasn't taking any notice, but it makes sense, because if you think of the market like an elastic band, there's only so far you can pull that band until it snaps back. So if the market stretches towards the top of this channel, it's like gravity. It's just like gravity. It's just going to come back in. That's just how it is. So this is why I like this system that I've got. Because I used to be risking 50 odd points a trade, so I'd have to make 50 odd points, which would take, most of the time, it would take bloody ages, and it just isn't for me. That trade was, we closed half after 4 minutes. We closed another 25% after 8 minutes, and then we got stopped out break even after 11 minutes. So to be honest, that was actually relative to the last couple of weeks, that was quite a long trade. It's quite a long trade. So if you look at the 15-minute chart here, this is where I want to explain the origins of my system. So Tom Hugard, who I've learned pretty much, well, not everything, but a lot of what I do from, he's developed a concept called school run, which is looking at the second 15-minute bar, which is this bar here. If we break above it, you go long. If you go below it, you go short. And that's what I traded for the first 9 months of the year. And it works. It works pretty well. It does. But you have to hold the trades for longer. You have to hold them for longer. And you have to be willing to trade with essentially less information, because it's very mechanical. Okay, hang on. Hold that thought. Right, we're breaking out to new highs. Now, for me, it's 24. I mean, I said at the start of the day, this 24,000 would be a key level. and that has proven to be true. So I don't want to bet on the market breaking above 24,000. I want to see it break above 24,000, hold 24,000, and then off we go. So if I'm going to make another trade, that would be the trade. That'll be it. Either the market's going to break above 24,000, retest and I go long, or we will be done for the day with our nice 160 odd pound profit, which is a damn good start, because I was bloody nervous coming into today. But yeah, so school run. So I'm aware of that, because we are right at school run here, so this 24,000 level is the school run entry. So in previous times, I would have gone long here. I may not have gone long on that little wick, but I'd be looking to get into a long position sometime around now. And my stop loss would be all the way down here. So it'd be a 50-point stop loss. It'd be a 50-point stop loss. And it works, right? It does work. It's a strategy that Tom has researched heavily, years and years and years of data. It works. But I just found it didn't work for me. It didn't work for my psychology. And you can see, actually, on this TD365 software that Tom built, you can see here we've got the signal. So it actually comes up telling me this is the school run long, this is the school run short, which I don't currently use that much, but it's damn cool. It's really, really cool. I don't know if there's anything else I can show you from this. So this is all developed by Tom's software developer guy. So it draws the overnight range for you. I mean, it just does so much. It's just cool. It makes life so freaking easy. And it's free. Most people would charge thousands, literally thousands of pounds a year for that sort of thing. Right, we have broken above. Hello. Right, so stop loss, we'd be looking for a retest, and then stop loss would be probably below this green candle, right? Because we came up, we tested, we sold, and then instantly buyers had another go. So for me, this is the area, this is the level of protection. But oh my goodness me, it's coming down again. It's just one of those mornings where every time you get excited, the market just reverses. Come on, man. Oh, it's so tempting to go long here. But I'm not. We need to see a clear breakout. Clear breakout. The thing is, the only problem with waiting for a breakout and not trying to get the first move is that you will sometimes just simply miss the trade. You'll just miss it. You won't catch the move. And that's it. Then you've got to watch the market go to the moon. And you're just sat on your hands. And it's really annoying. But it's better. It's better to do that than it is to jump in, get stopped out, and feel like an idiot. Okay, so the market, we've got a prior bar low here. If buyers can come in and close this candle green, I would go long. Oh, but no. Oh, okay. Come on. There's clearly some activity going on here. I mean, this is classic now. We're in classic trade territory because we've got sideways. Rather than being in a channel, we've got clear sideways. Right from here. This is sideways. Right. Got some sideways action. We've broken above clearly, and now we're just looking for some real strength to follow through. Oh, here we go. Come on. So our stop loss would now be below this red candle because this is now our level of protection. So we're looking at 23,994. Okay, I'm going to be patient. Again, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to wait for the candle to close. In the past, I'd go in before it closes. But no. I'm going to wait for a candle close. Come on. Give me the close. Oh, please don't. So this is where I could miss it. But I want it to just come down a few points. Bang. Okay, we're in. And we're risking 17.5 again. That's the magic number. So let's see. Maybe this is, again, this is all statistics. This might not work. But I'm trading statistics. This to me is, I can't ask for any more than this. This looks exactly how I want it to look. So if I get stopped out of this today, I would take it again tomorrow. Because this is the exact sort of setup that I like to trade. It's not been a great start. Again, though, it's just not. There's not quite the aggression there that we want to see. But let's. Oh man. Come on. It's trying. It might fail, but it's certainly going to have a go. Oh, so this is another part of my system. We've had a winning trade, £160. I could just stop there. I could be sat in the garden drinking a cup of tea right now. Maybe in the future, that's what I'll do. But if this trade wins, regardless of this trade is it. This is the last trade of the day. Oh, come on. It's trying. This is looking good. This is exactly what we want to see. I'm really glad we've seen one of these trades today. This is a classic trade. My first trade this morning was okay, but didn't tick every box. This ticks every goddamn box. Oh damn it. I've just realized I'm not on the right tab, am I? Apologies. Here we go. This is what I'm actually looking at. I'll get better at this. Right. Okay, this is. I just want it to create a little bit of daylight and then stop losses at break even, and then we're happy. Come on, just make a push. Make a push, baby. As soon as we make a higher high, stop losses to break even. I don't really want to take a full loss on this trade. Oh, man. This is just so psychological. Because now I'm thinking about not wanting to lose the money that I've already made, which is the wrong attitude. I need to just trade the trade and not trade my account balance. Okay, stop loss to, not quite. Just need to see it. Just need to see a higher high. And then stop losses at break even. Okay, stop loss to break even. It's quite tight. It's quite conservative. But the market feels a little bit overextended to me. It feels a little bit overextended. Just the way the price is moving. Come on. Okay. Right. If we get to 20 points, I'm taking half. Oh, no, I'm glad I put my stop loss to break even. This doesn't feel incredible. So this is where I did a presentation the other day and was showing people charts that were, screenshots, and trying to explain that that's only, that's less than half of it. It's the movement. It's this up down movement that we're seeing. This is where this is really where the information is. In scalping, in longer term trading, it's not, but in scalping, it's all about these quick little moves. Damn, market's just not, really is not. It's just the lack of volatility this morning. Really is a lack of volatility. And you'll see it in future trading days, on future streams, that the market can sometimes move 30 points in seconds. It will move 30, 40 points. Right, we are going to take half profit, because that is 1R, meaning that is half of what we risked. Oh, wow, and now the market is instantly sold off. Okay, so I've taken half. So that's 16 points of profit, which is £64. Man, it is, okay. That's it. Oh, wow, Jesus Christ. I'm glad I took half. I was about to say that was a little bit early, taking half profit there. Turns out I wasn't. Jesus. This market this morning. This is one of those mornings where I am just goddamn chuffed to make a profit. So you could easily look back on this today and see it and say, if you'd have just taken full profits in both trades, this would have been, rather than a good morning, this would have been a great morning. But you're going to see it sometime soon. I'm going to take profit, and then the market's going to go 3 times higher. So yes, I may have missed out on, I don't know how much today, 80 to £100 unrealized profit. But there'll be another morning where I'll miss out on £400 of unrealized profit because I've taken profit too early. And that to me is far more painful than getting stopped out break even. I really don't mind getting stopped out break even. Right, so here we go. This is what the market's looking like now. So we're still very much in this channel, so that the uptrend is, the uptrend is still valid unless we break below VWAP, right? So at some point, we're almost certainly going to test VWAP, and that would be another valid trade. So I'll show you my model. Right, so my model. So this morning we've been trading this breakout retest. Markets with a clear bias, which we've got. Consolidation areas, which was that sideways movement. And then we buy in after a successful improvement retest. Right, so this is, it's outside the overnight range. We see consolidation, we get a breakout, we retest the consolidation, and then we get follow through. So, when I said that was a classic trade, that's because it literally was a classic trade. It just ticked all the boxes. If we were to test VWAP, we would change to our trend following model, which is where we want to trade clearly trending market, which today it's clearly an uptrend. And then we look for pullbacks to various different levels. Today, it would be anchored VWAP. And then you look for a test of VWAP and then clear sort of follow through continuation of the trend. But as I said, I'm not making any more trades today. That's going to be me done. That is going to be me done. What's on the screen here is called the session volume profile. So these bluey pinky lines show you the further out these lines extend, the more activity there is at each price. This thick line is called the point of control. So that's where the most volume has been transacted this morning. That can also act as a key sort of retest area. And also then these dotted lines are called the value area high and the value area low. So the space between the dotted lines is where 70% of today's volume has taken place. And the value area high and value area low often act as support and resistance levels. So you can trade trend continuations off of this. So if I was extremely bullish today, I could see this here dropping into the value area and then immediately buying back out. I could see that as a signal to get in, and that could be a good trade. If I was a little bit less bullish but still bullish, you could wait for a test of the point of control or VWAP. Right now I'm neither. I'm just tired. But they're all sort of valid ideas, and they're ideas that I look at. I look at trading at different times. Well, I don't think there's any point of us looking anymore at the charts. So let's quickly. Is there anything else to do before I stop? So what I will do now is I will journal these trades. I'll log these trades, all the stats. I will fill in my own personal trading journal where I'll write down my thoughts for the session and all that sort of stuff. And then that's it. I'm done for the day. 8:51. 8:51. We've finished work for the day. So we've finished with a profit of, what is that? £208.80. Oh, hang on, minus 80p. So £208. Bang on, £208. Yeah. And that's hopefully what the next year is going to look like. Final thing. This is. I was very tempted to go long early on here, and you'd have seen, if I'd have gone long here with a big enough stop loss, lovely. But that isn't. I need a rule that stops me from entering these trades. I didn't today, which was good, but if I was feeling different another day I would, and I'd lose, and then that's my day done at about 8:05. So I think going forward, I'm going to say no trades until at least 8:10. Just going to add that as a rule, just a hard, no nonsense, no bullshit rule. No trades until 8:10. Yeah. So there we go. We learned something from today as well. All right. Thank you for watching. If you watched, whether it's live or whether it's in a year's time. And I'll see you on Monday.